have been there from the beginning, where it all started. We have witnessed the good and the bad. We have experienced the ups and the downs. We have been through it all, and we were there at the very end. This or That Sports TV provided unprecedented coverage of the Manning Cup, and this is how we show our appreciation. This is the This or That Sports TV Manning Cup Awards. Here are your hosts.
Welcome sports fans, and welcome back to the second annual staging of the This or That Sports TV Manning Cup Award Show. The award where we reward the players of this Manning Cup season that rewarded us with amazing stories, excellent football, and a great season.
Yes, but before we get into the award show, don't forget to like this video. Leave a comment under the video and subscribe to This or That Sports TV. Do one more thing for us though.
Share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get us 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, you know how many subscribers I'll get us by the end of the day?
Yes, but as my co-host said earlier, we're here to reward the players. After an amazing Manning Cup season, I must say it was a really good one. But before we start handing out awards, we must first present to you the categories.
The categories are This or That Sports TV's Surprise Team of the Season, This or That Sports TV's Young Player of the Season, This or That Sports TV's Goal of the Season, This or That Sports TV's Coach of the Season, This or That Sports TV's Goalkeeper of the Season, and This or That Sports TV's Player of the Season. Enjoy.
Exciting stuff indeed. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, before we get into the main event, before we get into the serious awards, there is an award that we have to honor. We started it last season where we awarded the team that overdid expectations, our surprise teams awards, and that's something that we cannot leave out. We didn't physically present a trophy in this category because it was a team award, but it's definitely well worth the mention, the surprise team of the year.
Yeah, and speaking about last year, the men from Mona Road, Mona High School won this surprise team of the season last year, having a quarterfinal berth after 18 years, they surprised everyone. And the criteria for this category is simply a team that performs above general expectation. Pretty straightforward. So, give them the nominees.
And the nominees for surprise team of the season are Haile Selassie High School, Tivoli Gardens High School, Campion College, and Jose Marti Technical High School.
Right. And the winner of the surprise team of the season is Haile Selassie High School. Our Spanish Town Road, the men that did well in this, Manning Cup season, made it to the quarter-final round. I can say, that supersede expectations coming into this year's season.
For sure.
Linvan Dixon and his team, down there, they did a great job with those boys. No marquee players, no big-name players, but managing to put in respectable performances in this Manning Cup season. How do you feel about Haile Selassie?
To be fair, he said no big-name players, but I think, not starting the season with people who you'd think are superstars, but I think as the season progressed, they grew into themselves. Their goalkeeper, Hibbert, is one, and another player,
Joshua Duar.
Yeah, he's another outstanding player that represented this Haile Selassie team, and I think those two players will go on to do great things. One thing you worry about with a surprise team is the chance that their good players will be poached. We spoke to Linval Dixon about it, and his top goalkeeper, and you will hear him name mentioned in these awards ceremony a few times.
Yep.
Hibbert, I think he's on the radar for many other schools, and that's a negative and a positive. We spoke to Linval Dixon, and he said that he doesn't mind it. Of course, he'd love to keep Hibbert around, but he's setting him up to move on to better pastures, and you just love the program that's implemented at Haile Selassie. Well worth it, well deserved.
There we go. So congrats to Haile Selassie on winning this award.
All right. So folks, we've gotten that mention out of the way. Now let's get into the meat of the matter. Let's get into the real deal. Let's get into the serious awards. But before we do, please ensure that you guys like this video and are subscribed. We'll continue to mention it to you.
Alright, hey, man, no, it's the show saying to people, you know, it's an award show, you start giving out the awards and taking the speeches and whatever. But come on now, people, check out the drip, man. Come on now. You know the blue on blue, something slight today.
I think sometimes you have to mix it up with, you know, the white boss's shirt, the black jacket, grey pants.
Yes, so them can't study.
And the wallabies.
Nah, man, I lied.
Can't forget the ice.
And I lied. People, let me know, how did we do, you know, with the wardrobe today? I'm pretty sure next season we'll have someone dressing us. Is it me if we don't want to dress for next season at the award
But
show?
it's like hard for somebody dressed better than we dress ourselves.
I don't like it, we're a boy with style though.
That's true.
But anyways, enough of the chit chat, let's get back to the award show.
Alright. Isaiah 11 verse 6 reads, "A child shall lead them." And this rings true even in a competition played by only children. You know, and the next award will reward this specific phenomena where you have young players leading, you know, and being better than young players themselves. And I think this award is important. The This or That Sports TV Rising Star Award, you know, given to the best young player that's still eligible to play in the ISA Under 16 competition.
There we go. And the nominees for the This or That Sports TV's Rising Star Award are Alex Xavier Gooden of St. Andrew Technical High School, Kevin Hibbert of Haile Selassie High School, Denzel Washington Mackenzie of Mona High School, and Kai Miles of Campion College.
And the winner of the This or That Sports TV's Rising Star Award goes to a man who goes to school on Spanish Town Road, Alex Xavier Gooden. What a guy, what a player.
Yeah, an amazing season from Alex Xavier Gooden, man. And you know, he worked hard, and I feel like he should have at least gotten the opportunity to redeem himself from missing that penalty in the Champions Cup. You know, that cost his team to bounce out of that competition.
Yeah, and I'm
really good player.
And I'm almost certain that he would have converted had he got his penalty.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel so.
It ended tragically, you know, he suffered a really bad injury. You know, you saw how both teams were calling on the medical personnel fervently, and they wanted to get him looked on really quickly. But his season though, you know, leading out his team in the majority of the games in the absence of Richard Livingston, their official captain, you know, so obviously he was the vice captain, but still assuming a great leadership role at such a young age. And as I said, he embraced it and he demonstrated that he could have more than handled it. One of the best leaders of the Manning Cup, one of the players of the Manning Cup, and definitely, without a doubt, the rising star.
There we go. People, here's what Alex Xavier Gooden had to say when receiving his award.
My name is Alex Xavier Gooden. I'm very thankful for this award. If it wasn't for God, you know, I don't know what would happen. Just want to thank coaching staffs for the hard work that they have put in, and thank my mother and families and friends to push me to the best.
Alright, and how does it feel to be standing out in the Manning Cup at such a young age?
It's a very good feeling for me. Yeah. After the Manning Cup, I would like to go pro.
Congrats to Alex Xavier Gooden again. But let's move on. You know, every Manning Cup season we have a goal, you know, that rocks the nation. You know, one that runs through households across the nation, man. You know, this year we saw, you know, arguably the best goal in Manning Cup history. You know, from Dujan Richards in the Champion Cup. So unfortunately, you know, it wouldn't be eligible for this award. But we would be remiss if we didn't mention it here. So people, take a look at that goal.
So based on Rush's introduction, as you guys may have guessed, this next award is the This or That Sports TV Goal of the Season Award. And real quick, the criteria for this award is an amazing goal scored in the Manning Cup from the second round and onwards. You know, this goal had to have been a spectacular one, and it had to have some profound meaning based on the execution and the time that it was scored in. You know, the reason why we opted to make this criteria from the second round onwards was because the Manning Cup is such a vast competition and it's not generally televised. You know, so there were many games in the first round that we would not have been able to see. And as such, we didn't want to exclude an individual's goal because we weren't able to see it, and then include somebody else's goal because we were able to see it. What we can guarantee is that the second round onwards, This or That Sports TV saw every single goal scored. And as such, we used that to determine our goal of the season.
There we go.
And the nominees for the This or That Sports TV's Goal of the Season award are Shakka Satchel versus Kingston College. Kevon Wilson versus Haile Selassie High School. Jaheim Fraser versus St. Andrew Technical High School. And Samuel Shakes versus Charlie Smith.
All right. And the award goes to, drum roll please, Shakka Satchel versus Kingston College in the Manning Cup semi-final. What a goal. I know you people are seeing it right now. You know, the moment we stepped up in the semi-final against the defending champions, that first goal to give them the, that go ahead to, run over Kingston College and have an outstanding performance in the semi-finals. All in all, really good goal from Shakka Satchel. I think he deserves to win this one. The moment, the kick, the shot itself, and just how he took it. So have to give this one to Shakka Satchel.
And let's speak about what it meant. We saw when he scored that goal, he ran off straight across the track, straight across the velodrome, all the way over to the grandstand to greet his people. It meant everything to the guy, to the men, to the boys, to the fans from Spanish Town Road. And you can see what it meant to them by the way they celebrated. But the goal itself, oh my goodness.
What a goal.
It was kicked by an 18-year-old, but it was kicked like a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
He was absolutely amazing. That goal was absolutely spectacular, and definitely the Manning Cup goal of the season.
There we go. People, we spoke to Shakka Satchel, and this is what he had to say when receiving his award.
Shakka 10.
This is Shakka Satchel here. St. Andrew Technical, main man. Just want to thank This or That, my coach, my coaching staff, for being there with me through the season.
How do you feel about the goal that you scored?
I feel very great. Surprised as well. It was a dream. Can't walk it through.
An amazing goal by an amazing player, and what a goal it was.
Yeah.
But 3 awards down, bro. 3 awards to go. But let's take a brief intermission. Let's chat about the award so far. What are your thoughts on the award this
Yeah, I think it's going well. What I'm excited about is that we are actually, giving these boys something to look forward to now and even in the future.
Yeah.
They had a hard, it's hard to prepare for the Manning Cup, man. Preparations would have started for most of these schools, even in the back end of the competition. These schools would have started from sometimes May, sometimes April,
yep.
Ramping up. In the summer, they have their 1 month, 2 week, 4 week, 6 week camps. And it's hard to prepare for the Manning Cup, and the journey, the 2 and 3 month journey that they have to go on to make it to this stage, it's not easy at all. So I'm really happy that we are giving these boys something, as a reward for their great season, and they gave us something. They gave us content for our channel,
yeah.
They gave us interviews. The coaches opened up their schools and their programs and welcomed us in to do even our team features.
Yeah.
We must give big shout out to them.
And as a massive football fan, they gave us the opportunity to experience and to enjoy good football. And to the first, 2 of 3 awards went to St. Andrew Technical High School. So that shows where that program is going, that shows where that program has come from, and that shows where that program is. And I think that's just something worth noting. St. Andrew Technical High School, big side.
There we go. Before we move on, people, I just want to, mention some names, because these schools could have, it would have been respectable nevertheless if they say, hey, we're trying to keep our program in-house.
Yeah.
So big shout out to, Mona High School, to Kingston College, and Raymond Watson down there, to Calabar, to Jamaica College, to Stats, to Edith Dalton James, to Tarrant High School, to St. Captain High School, to St. Diego. And if I forget any school, I didn't mention any school, thank you guys for opening up your programs and welcoming us in.
Tarrant, Edith, like
all of them, man.
Yeah.
Nobody turned, I won't say nobody, but most of the schools didn't turn their backs on us. And any school that we didn't get to go, it was, mostly because we couldn't go there, not because they didn't tell us to come. So people, big shout out to those schools and coaches, thank you all.
They always say, only a madman becomes a goalkeeper. And I tend to agree with that. And this next award is to reward the maddest man of them all this season. A goalkeeper might be deemed as the most important position on the field, and many can see why. And this award essentially is to reward the goalkeeper that has been the most outstanding goalkeeper all season. The goalkeeper that has contributed the most to his team, the goalkeeper that has been there for his team, the goalkeeper that has kept his team in the competition and going forward. The This Are That Sports TV Goalkeeper of the Year award.
People, it is important to note the criteria for this award. It is not necessarily the best goalkeeper in the competition. Not the one that you would have in your goal, not the one that made the most saves. Not the one that made the most mistakes would not be eligible. But people, it is the one that had the most outstanding season and the one that impacted his team winning. So that's what we considered. So people, bear that in mind. So the nominees for This or That Sports TV's Goalkeeper of the Season are Akeem Bernard of Mona High School, Rasika Rose of Jamaica College, Kevin Hibbert of Haile Selassie High School, Gavin Messam of Jose Marti Technical High School, and Jaim Williams of St. Andrew Technical High School.
And the winner of This or That Sports TV's Goalkeeper of the Year award goes to Akeem Bernard of Mona High School.
Yeah, man, I'm the man they call Pusai.
T'Challa. Chich.
One more, man.
Enough more, but we're just right now.
Yeah, an outstanding season, man. Being there with his team from jump, being the captain, leading that ship.
Yep.
And I remember we spoke to Craig Butler about him being the captain. At one point, maybe it's the season before this, and he said that he was, ill-mannered, and he gave him this captaincy so he could lead them, and so he would be the one acting up. And I feel like he stepped up into that role, and he did well. He did well in it. Having goals, having assists in the season, so he definitely stopped team from scoring against them. But he also assisted his team in scoring goals. So Akeem Bernard, many congrats. We spoke to him, and this is what he had to say when accepting his award.
Hi, my name is Akeem Bernard. I play for Mona High School. I'm 17 years old. I want to thank my mother for always being there for me. And I want to thank my coach for always believing in me, so I go out on the field I execute well. And I want to thank my family and my friends that always come and support me. And the Mona supporters that come to match and all cheer me and me and my teammates. So I want to thank you all. And finally I want to thank This or That Sports TV for giving me the best goalkeeper of the season. I'm really grateful to myself. I scored 2 goals and 5 assists, so it was a really good season, and you'll see more from me. That's it.
Yeah, Akeem Bernard, I'm a goalkeeper that I've harped about all season long, and his ability to not only keep his team in the game defensively as a goalkeeper, but his ability to completely alter how other teams have to play him. He's spoken to many coaches, and because this guy can kick the ball from his 6-yard box to the opponent's goal line, it forces the opposition's defense all the way back on their 18-yard box, opening up the midfield for Mona High School. So this individual was not only impactful as a goalkeeper, he didn't only make good saves, and by God he did that, he made very good saves, but he also affected them holistically. He led them, he affected them on offense, and he helped them in defense, and that's why Akeem Bernard is our goalkeeper of the season.
There we go. So on to the next one. When a team wins, it's the players.
Yeah.
When a team loses, it's the coach's fault.
Always.
So we're here, to reward, the outstanding coaches and the coach, that stood out to us in the Manning Cup this year. And the criteria for this award is just the coach that, led his team to, an outstanding performance considering, expectations and performances. Pretty straightforward again. We brought down these criteria and made it very simple so that you guys could understand what we're saying. Let's have the nominees.
And the nominees for the This or That Sports TV Coach of the Season are Davian Ferguson from Jamaica College, Craig Butler, Mona High School, Philip Williams, St. Andrew Technical High School, Linval Dixon from Haile Selassie High School, and Raymond Watson from Kingston College.
Here we go. And the winner of This or That Sports TV's Coach of the Season award is... The winner of This or That Sports TV's Coach of the Season award is Davian Ferguson of Jamaica College. Well deserved. Well deserved. Having a good team, having a deep team, having the most experienced team in the competition, I still believe Davian Ferguson did what he needed to do this season. In a lot of games he rotated. Even in the first round, there are 2 goalkeepers in the competition, and he also said in a lot of the games that they were trying to win these games and get them out of the way with as little energy as possible. And I respect that. Getting the job done and ultimately being unbeaten is no easy feat. So I must say, much congratulations to Davian Ferguson.
Yeah, he really and truly guided these boys. It's not easy to gather a group of talent from all different parts of the world. You liken it to the Pep Guardiolas of the world, who have the ability to manage each individual. Though they might be very talented, it's not always easy to put together a good team. And though people might beat Jamaica College for recruiting, he still had to do his job. And he took what he got and he went undefeated, beating the likes of a Dejan Richards, beating the likes of a Shakka and Satchel, beating the likes of a Donhue Mitchell, Zane Pinnock and Akeem Bernard, going through all these teams, making absolutely no mistake about it. And that's exactly why Davian Ferguson is the coach of the season.
Here we go, and we spoke to Davian Ferguson, and this is what he had to say when accepting his award.
I just want to say thank you to This or That Sport. At the start of the season, I have to be honest, I was a little bit hesitant in welcoming you guys on board, but I have to give you guys credit. When I watch back a lot of the videos, I see a level of where you want to go and where you're going. Good questions, good content, so just continue to do the right thing. Alright? The whole Forever Soccer family, they understand. That's it. Good.
So people, 5 awards down. I want you guys to let us know what you thought about the awards thus far. Alex Xavier Gooden winning the Young Player of the Year award. Shakwan Satchel with an amazing goal, getting our goal of the award. We have other awards like Haile Selassie being the surprise team, Akeem Bernard being the goalkeeper. People, do you agree? Do you disagree with us? Tell us in the comment section. What do you think?
Yeah.
But you, Mr. Smith, what do you think so far?
I think it's a great ceremony. In a few we'll have people actually here with us.
That is it.
I'm pretty sure it won't be at Emancipation Park, or it could be at Emancipation Park. We'll have you guys, at our award ceremonies. This can grow from strength to strength, people. So we need you guys to support. And how can you support us? Like the video, leave a comment under the video, and you're gonna leave a comment this time is to tell us who would you have win the award. Normally you guys say, big up, the best YouTube channel, whatever.
Yeah.
But this time,
still put that.
Still do that,
No, don't tell them not to do that.
Still do it.
Why?
But
Regine, sometimes you do some things and I have to wonder about your thought process.
But them can do it.
They must support you and you tell them to stop support you.
Me not say no. Me tell them another way to support you.
No, tell them to support you in addition to the way that they have been supporting us.
You tell them.
People, in addition to putting This or That Sports TV, the top YouTube channel, in addition to putting Joe Mars Always, well, I've never seen that one before. But I'd love to see a Joe Mars Always right one. People, oh God, man, somebody can put that. But in addition to putting those people, also put who you think should have been awarded or who you think we didn't award. People, it's important.
There we go. And before we go to the ultimate award, before we go to the big one that you are here for, you want to hear the player of the season, but before we go to that, let's take our This or That Sports TV team of the season. And the criteria for this one is very simple again. We broke it down all the way, people. It is simply the best goalkeeper in the competition. Our opinion, obviously. They're the 4 best defenders.
Not the best goalkeeper in the competition, the most outstanding
goalkeeper in the competition. Our opinion, obviously.
Yes.
The 4 most outstanding defenders, not positionally, but outstanding defenders. You could see 4 left back, you could see 4 centre back. It's just the 4 best outstanding defenders. The 3 most outstanding central players. and the three most outstanding attacking players. Pretty simple.
Straightforward.
All right, so let's go forward and give them our team.
Well, you guys would have already heard the Goalkeeper of the Season award be given to Hakeem Bernard. And obviously he gets us started with our team of the season. Our goalkeeper from Mona High School, Hakeem Bernard.
There we go. Or, our first defender is Blaine Byam of Kingston College. Standout performer for Kingston College, leading them to the Manning Cup semi-final. Unfortunately, they didn't make it to the finals, but still an outstanding performance from the skipper down there at North Street.
The second defender in our team of the season is Jamaica College's Xavier Davidson, an absolute rock at the back for them, as cool as they get, never clearing a ball except when it's absolutely necessary. You can count on one hand the amount of time you've seen this man make mistakes. He's a leader and he's a great defender.
Alright, so the next defender in our backline will be Romain Blake of Jamaica College. Definitely one of the best defenders at this level and standout player in the Manning Cup this season. He's a rock at Jamaica College, he's essential to what they do. They play out a lot, and it starts with him. He's their primary decision maker in that team. We see him as a leader, not the captain, but as a leader. And where the football is concerned, he's up there with the best of them.
Yeah, and the fourth defender in our backline for our team of the season is Mona High School's Donhue Dovey Mitchell. What a player. This guy is so versatile, this guy is so mature. He's such a natural leader and he's a great footballer. And to boot, only 20 goals in the Manning Cup, playing from the central defensive position. What a player, what a guy, or fourth defender in the team of the season.
Awesome player. Let's move up the pitch and speak about our midfielders. The first midfielder, the first central player in our team is Samuel Shakes of Kingston College. He's important to what Kingston College does, man. He's the one that, playing those diagonal passes. He's the one that, I'd love to know his assist stats, because he's the one, playing those balls to Whisper, doing what he does and scoring all those goals for Kingston College. So we must reward Samuel Shakes with a spot in our team of the season.
And the next player from St. Andrew Technical High School, Shakwan Satchel. A very good player. He plays a lot in a forward position, but he also plays a lot in a central position. And that's exactly why we're using him as our second central player today. An amazing player, versatile player, one of the elites.
There we go. The third player in our central trio is Kevin Wilson of Jamaica College. The man they call Shakka. Scoring around 10 goals and having 10 or 11 assists in the Manning Cup this year. An outstanding performance from an outstanding player. I feel like he's important. He's also important to what Jamaica College does. They scored the most goals in the Manning Cup. They conceded the least goals in the Manning Cup. And he was important to Jamaica College scoring all of those goals. Not playing starting all the games. Sometimes Jamaica College rotated, but he is very important and an outstanding season from Kevin Wilson.
And now the forwards. The positions that I know you guys have all been waiting for. And let's kick it off with another Jamaica College player. They're the champions after all. Makwan Aldrich, a new addition to the Jamaica College's team, and he was well worth the import, playing a very versatile role, very important part in their team's success, scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of assists, and showing his class perpetually throughout the season. Man, what a player.
What a player indeed. Let's speak about the next player in the front three. We have Zane Pinnock of Mona High School, having 6 goals and 12 assists. Just 6 goals. In last season, 16 goals, sorry. Just 16 goals. In last year's season, that would have topped the competition. No small feat, people. Zane Pinnock was an outstanding performer for Mona High School this year. He was the man, that, put them on his back in a lot of games, getting that winning goal in a lot of games. The man that stepped up for a lot of their penalties. So I must say, Zane Pinnock, congrats on making it into this or that Sports TV's team of the season.
And lastly, the outstanding Dijon Whisper Richards. He was a forward player, scoring 29 goals in all competitions, but scoring 25 specifically in the Manning Cup, demonstrating his class every step of the way, and definitely well worth a spot in our team of the season.
There we go. Not much to say about Whisper because you all know it already. Obviously, this team will be coached by the coach of the season, who is Davian Ferguson. So, must say to all the people, to all the players that made this team and the coach, congrats on a great season. Let's move on.
Every team has their main man. Every team has their star player. Every team has that one individual that they rely on. to make things happen, to provide the magical moments. Whether it be to make all of the last gas tackles or all of the beautiful saves, or whether it is to score the goal that wins them that specific game. It is very important that every team has their star player. And this award is to reward the best star player from this year's Manning Cup. The This or That Sports TV's Player of the Season Award.
There we go. And the nominees for This or That Sports TV's Player of the Season are Dujan Whisper Richards of Kingston College, Shakwan Satchwell of St. Andrew Technical High School, Romain Blake of Jamaica College, Kevon Wilson, also of Jamaica College, and Don Hugh Mitchell of Mona High School. All outstanding, players this season.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that I got the honor to announce this award. And the winner for the big one, the This or That Sports TV's Player of the Season, otherwise known as the Spinning Ball Awards, goes to a man from Port Royal.
Yeah.
Who plies his trade at North Street.
Yeah.
Some would say the other side of North Street, some would say the right side of North Street.
Most would say the right side, but continue.
But I think you guys know the player that I'm speaking about. One, Dujan Whisper Richards, wearing the number 10 for Kingston College. What a player.
Outstanding, man. I don't think he's just the best player in the Manning Cup this season, but definitely the best player that I've seen in schoolboy football,
Yeah.
and he's up there. He's in the argument for the best schoolboy footballer ever in the Manning Cup. Just in the Manning Cup alone, he scored 25 goals and having 18 assists in that competition. Awesome. Not playing all games for Kingston College, coming off at 60 odd minutes and 70 minutes in most of the first round, and still managing to score 25 goals. An outstanding season, man.
Yeah, he's captured the hearts, minds and soul of everyone watching this year's Manning Cup. He is the most polarizing figure in football right now in Jamaica. There are conversations being had of whether he should debut for the Reggae Boys, or whether he should just stick to the youth level, whether he should play in Europe, whether he should play in Spain. One thing I know, he played in the Manning Cup this season, and he was unequivocally the best that we've seen, and definitely well worth this award.
All right, and the moment that you guys may have been waiting for, we spoke to Dujan Whisper Richards, and this is what he had to say when receiving his Player of the Season award.
My name is Dujan Richards. I'm here to tell you that I want to thank my fans, my father, my coaches from Kingston College. Thank myself as well. I want to thank my teammates. And yeah, well, the season was a good season. We didn't get what we want, but yeah, it was a good season.
All right, and what can the people look forward to from Dujan Richards after the Manning Cup?
Well,
College, what do you want to do?
Now go see me after this, my father. Gone.
All right, and send one message to all the people that love Whisper.
Love Whisper.
Yes, folks, and that was the ultimate award of what I think is an ultimate award show. Giving the Player of the Season, the big one. But that's the last one. And before we close it up, there are definitely some people that we have to thank for allowing this to happen. Of course, the ISA for putting on such an amazing show. This year's schoolboy football was a show. The production was amazing. They got good venues. The organization was very class. There were some implementations that we absolutely loved. It was a well-run competition. Also, the programs and the coaches for welcoming us in, with open arms, allowing us to see these kids, allowing us to interview them. We've been there from the very beginning. Team features, so on and so forth. We've seen all of them, we've got interviews. They've been very receptive and they've really supported us. To you guys, the fans, putting us in a position to be able to reward these kids for rewarding us, for rewarding you guys. And it's all, full circle. And we just have to say thank you to the people. Anybody you need to say thanks to?
There we go. Thanks to the team here at This or That Sports TV. All the people that helped us at our team features, at our matches. Holding the camera for us. It's all a team effort, and we're in front of the camera. But big up to all the people that are behind the camera. Big up, self.
That is it.
All right, people. The award is coming to a close. All good things must come to an end.
Unfortunately,
I know you guys are enjoying
some good things, not all good things.
Yeah, most good things.
Some things are gonna last forever.
We hope so. All right, people. Manning Cup is over. It's concluded. But the coverage on This or That Sports TV is just beginning. Haven't yet touched the JPL. You know, we have some, you know, some good coverage coming up on the Jamaican Premier League. You know, international football next year. We'll be taking on the Reggae Girls and the Reggae Boys content.
That is it.
Yeah, continuing the Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls content. We'll also be taking on track and field. That will be our first on This or That Sports TV, trying to do, you know, a bit of coverage on the, you know, champs coming up and getting into the programs and giving you guys the star players,
It will happen.
the star athletes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm telling you about them. You know, some people to look out for at champs. That's all we have to do. You know, a show coming up. I'm telling them about our show. You know, a big show coming up. It will be This or That Sports TV Zone or Undisputed or First Take or Talk Show. Now we'll be having popular faces. We'll be having guests on. Just do some football talk about anything that's current. That's what we'll be having, people. So look out for all that content on This or That Sports TV.
Yes, people, and he didn't mention interviews that we'll have, you know, some popular faces. You know, we've had some faces before, the likes of the Marlo Stretmans, the Damian Lowes. You know, we have many more in the pipeline, people. Just watch and see.
There we go. Let's round it out.
Yeah, but you know, you have to give them the comment, subscribe, share. Come on, get on top of it.
People, I'm telling you how many times during the show already, but I still have to do it again. Because I feel like not everybody will watch it. We think this will get a lot of views, and I know not everyone watching this. People, look at this graphic real quick. We have over 70% of the people watching this video right now, because I know we'll get to all of them. You guys are not subscribed. Over 70%, so I need you guys to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment under this one. I need you guys to do one more thing though before you leave.
Share the video to at least 10 people, but ensure to get us 6. No. For this show, 7 subscribers. Because if each and every one of you guys can manage to get us just 7 subscribers, do you know how many subscribers that would get us by the end of the day?
A lot. People, this was the This or That Sports TV's Manning Cup Award 2022 edition. You know, the 2nd annual staging. Look out for it next season. It will be bigger and better, I promise you.
From the beautiful grounds of Emancipation Park, you know, this was This or That Sports TV.
And we're out.